Health March is National Nutrition Month, and doctors are reminding us that the right foods can help us live longer. A well-balanced diet can cut our risk of chronic diseases and also slow down the aging process. So we wanted to learn a lot more about this, including what we can do to fuel our bodies. We're joined live here now with Dr. Linda Shu, the Director of Culinary Medicine at Kaiser in San Francisco. Thanks for being here, Doctor.
Thank you, Justine. It's good to talk to you again.
Yes. So what foods will help us live longer?
Fortunately, it's all the foods that we already promote for general healthy eating. These same foods will help you live longer. So things like whole foods. This includes lots of fruits and vegetables. I like to call out dark leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower as some of the best vegetables to have. And amongst fruits, berries. Whole grains, and we have so many of those that, can appeal to all different types of preferences. Things like brown rice, farro, quinoa, and many, many others. Definitely having leaner, healthier proteins. And I would like to give a special call out to plant-based proteins like beans and legumes, which have not just protein, but also have a good source of fiber, which is really important for our health. And in addition to that, seeds and nuts and other healthy fats.
Well, it all sounds delicious. Do I have to eat all of those every day? Or can you skip some at some meals, or is that the whole point? Is you just got to stay committed to eating healthier?
I think that it's really good to do your best in general and, think in sort of eating in moderation. If you can, think in these general groups and try to get most of those in at most meals every day, that's the best. But if you, have a day where it's a special occasion and you can't get all of those things in, that's okay too. Just try your best. But in general, it's the healthy eating pattern that makes the most difference, not what you eat at any one moment in time. So of course, in addition to these things that I like to say that we should eat more of, also try to limit certain things that we know are not great for your health. So this primarily falls into the category of ultra-processed foods and things that are high in salt, high in added sugars, and high in saturated fat.
And how hard is it, or what advice do you have for people to kind of make that transition, to take those really salty, high-processed, sugary foods out of their diet and start to swap in healthier options?
I think it's good to be realistic and let people know that it's going to take you a while and it might be hard because our taste buds, our palates, get used to how we eat. It might take 2 weeks, it might take 4 weeks, but you actually will get there. And I think swapping out a little bit at a time is a good thing. Some people like all or none, kind of go cold turkey kind of approach to cutting out all sugar, and that might work best for them. But I think for that example, for other people, it might be now, why don't you try adding a fruit every day and maybe thinking about what that sweetness level tastes like to you, and then increasing that as you get more used to, as you enjoy it more, and eventually, again, in 2 to 4 weeks, your palate will probably adjust to preferring the natural sweetness of things in fruit versus the added sugars that are found in a lot of other foods that we're seeing on the screen right now, things that are packaged and processed.
I know, they look good though, but so does the other stuff. So does the other stuff. I feel like protein is sort of having a moment right now. Like people just really are trying to push all that protein on us to be eating. You mentioned that trying to go like more lean and also adding in more beans. Does it kind of matter when you're trying to get like those grams of protein into your diet, which direction you go?
One thing, I think protein has really good PR right now. People are talking about it all over the place. And probably people want more protein or think they need more protein than they actually need. Of course, that's going to be a case-by-case basis. All of that said, people think, oh, you can only get protein in meat, right? There is actually protein in all plants, including in your regular old vegetables, but in sometimes smaller amounts. However, beans and legumes have very high amounts of protein. For example, a serving of chickpeas will have a very high amount of protein that will be equivalent in some cases to chicken, as an example. Tofu, especially some of these kind of higher protein labeled packages of tofu, has a lot of protein as well. And so again, and lentils are another great source. So calling out certain beans and legumes like chickpeas, lentils, and tofu, those are going to be your higher protein sources. But again, you can get all of your protein from any plants, and that includes, your vegetables, your whole grains, and other places like that.
Yeah, protein definitely has some good PR at the moment.
Yeah.
Dr. Linda Shu, the Director of Culinary Medicine at Kaiser, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and happy National Nutrition Month.
To you as well. Thank you.